Like any country, Mexico has its unique set of laws and cultural norms that can differ from those in other parts of the world. While many activities and practices in Mexico are perfectly legal and widely accepted, they might be considered illegal or restricted elsewhere. But what if we told you that amidst these diverse customs and regulations, Mexico has also earned a reputation as a hotspot for UFO sightings and extraterrestrial encounters? Join us on an exploration that transcends the boundaries of Earth and delves into some of the things that are okay in Mexico, but illegal around the world, including the intriguing and unexplained presence of UFOs and aliens. From vibrant street food vendors to the mysteries that grace the Mexican skies, our journey through Mexico's unique landscape promises an adventure of earthly delights and cosmic wonders. So, prepare as we delve into what differentiates Mexico from other parts of the world. Public alcohol consumption in Mexico. The art of public alcohol consumption takes on a unique and celebratory form that beautifully embodies Mexico's spirited culture. Here, the streets that echo with the melodies of mariachi bands and the irresistible aroma of street tacos transform into communal canvases for social connection. In this dynamic land, partaking in your favorite alcoholic beverage in public spaces isn't just permissible, it's a cherished tradition steeped in camaraderie and festivity. You can enjoy the meandering down, winding cobblestone streets of a colonial town, where every corner seems to beckon with laughter and merriment. The vibrant pulse of an open-air cantina spills onto the sidewalks, and in your hand, you cradle a chilled cerveza or a tantalizing margarita. It's a scene of genuine friendliness, where locals and visitors alike come together to revel in the pleasures of life right in the heart of public spaces. However, the story changes when you venture beyond the warm embrace of Mexico's rich culture. In many countries, indulging in alcoholic libations in public is bound by strict regulations or, in some cases, is outright prohibited. What appears as a natural extension of social life in Mexico may entail navigating complex rules, risking fines, and attracting disapproving glances elsewhere. Fireworks. In Mexico, celebrations come alive with an explosive display of artistry, and the night sky becomes a canvas for a dazzling spectacle of fireworks. Here, this ancient tradition isn't confined to grand events alone. It's woven into the very fabric of everyday life. It's a country where the exhilarating burst of fireworks can light up not just the sky, but the streets and people's hearts. Imagine the warm embrace of a Mexican evening, where families and friends gather in joyful anticipation. As the sun sets, a spark is ignited and the heavens are set ablaze with a kaleidoscope of colors and patterns. Laughter fills the air as children and adults revel in the luminous tradition. In Mexico, it's not just about witnessing fireworks, but actively participating in their magic. However, in many countries, strict regulations and safety concerns have cast a shadow over the unrestricted use of fireworks. What may be an ordinary backyard spectacle in Mexico might necessitate permits, designated zones, and meticulous supervision elsewhere. Public sale of needles. The sale of needles and syringes is legal and does not typically require a prescription. This accessibility is an important aspect of public health policy, as it helps promote safe practices, including preventing bloodborne diseases through clean injection equipment. It allows individuals to purchase these essential medical supplies without unnecessary barriers, contributing to harm reduction efforts and the community's overall well-being. This approach contrasts regulations in other countries where needles and syringes may be more tightly controlled, often requiring a prescription or being available only through specific channels. Mexico's more accessible approach aligns with harm reduction strategies aimed at reducing the spread of diseases among vulnerable populations, such as people who inject drugs. It's important to note that while selling needles and syringes is generally unrestricted, other regulations regarding controlled substances and medications may still apply. Therefore, individuals must use these medical supplies responsibly and in compliance with the law. Street vendors. In the bustling streets of Mexico, an orchestra of sizzling pans and tantalizing aromas accompanies your every step. Here, the vibrant tapestry of culture is a feast for the eyes and taste buds and a testament to the entrepreneurial spirit that thrives on street corners. Mexico's street food culture is a lively symphony of flavors, a canvas where culinary delights are crafted and savored under the open sky. Enjoy a sensory adventure when you navigate the Mexican alley, where the boundaries between restaurant and street blur, and every meal becomes a shared experience. Yet, venture beyond Mexico's borders, and you may encounter a starkly different scene. In many countries, street vending operates under the scrutiny of strict regulations or, in some instances, is altogether prohibited. What is a cherished tradition in Mexico could, in other places, require permits, adhering to zoning restrictions, or fall victim to stifling bureaucracy. The use of psychoactive drugs. Mexico's stance on marijuana and certain psychoactive drugs reflects a nuanced and evolving approach that differs from many other countries. The country has undergone significant changes in its drug drug policy in recent years. Regarding marijuana, Mexico has indeed adopted a more lenient attitude compared to many other nations. The possession and use of small amounts of marijuana for personal use have been decriminalized, with legal thresholds established to distinguish personal use from trafficking. This shift in policy aims to reduce the criminalization of individuals and prioritize public health concerns over punitive measures. In addition to marijuana, Mexico has also faced challenges related to the production and trafficking of other psychoactive drugs, including cocaine, opium, heroin, MDA, MDMA, methamphetamine, crystal, and LSD. Handling these substances varies significantly from the more lenient approach to marijuana, and involves international cooperation and law enforcement efforts to combat drug-related crime. However, it's important to note that while possession for personal use is no longer a criminal offense, there are still regulations and restrictions in place. The sale and commercial production of marijuana for recreational use remains subject to legal frameworks, including licensing and oversight. Bullfighting. In the heart of Mexico's cultural tapestry where tradition meets spectacle stands the age-old practice of bullfighting. It is a captivating and deeply rooted event that has become a symbol of cultural heritage in certain regions of the country. The dance between matador and bull unfolds in these arenas, a timeless performance where bravery and grace are fully displayed. Imagine the grandeur of a Mexican bull ring, where the sun bathes the sand in a golden hue, and the crowd's anticipation fills the air. As the matador steps into the ring, the connection between human and beast becomes a mesmerizing art form. For many, bullfighting is a testament to Mexico's rich history and a cherished cultural expression. However, journey beyond Mexico's borders and you'll find a starkly different narrative. Bullfighting has been met with vehement opposition in numerous countries, leading to bans or heavy regulations. Concerns over animal cruelty stemming from the ritualized killing of the bull in the ring have fueled debates about the ethics of this tradition. Age of consent. In Mexico, the age of sexual consent is a topic that reflects the diversity of state-level regulations within the country. While federal law sets the age of consent at 12 years old, it's essential to emphasize that individual states within Mexico have the authority to establish their age of consent laws, which can differ from the federal standard. This diversity can lead to varying age thresholds for consent in different states, creating a complex legal landscape. It underscores the importance of being well informed about the specific age of consent laws in the particular state or region where you reside or plan to engage in sexual activities. However, it's crucial to note that even if the age of consent is lower in some Mexican states, other legal provisions exist to protect minors from exploitation and abuse. These provisions often include restrictions on sexual relationships with minors under a certain age and penalties for adults who engage in sexual activities with minors. Getting legal advice in Mexico is a good idea to stay safe and follow the rules because the age of consent laws can differ depending on where you are. It helps protect everyone's rights and well-being and prevents legal problems. Street art. Mexico blossoms and takes root on the city's walls as a unique expression. Here, art isn't confined to museums or galleries. It spills onto the streets and alleyways that pulse with life. Mexico's street art scene is a living testament to the power of creativity, a canvas that stretches beyond the conventional boundaries of galleries. A walk through the charming streets of a Mexican neighborhood, where each corner reveals a visual masterpiece. Often larger than life, murals tell stories, share perspectives, and ignite conversations. They celebrate culture, provoke thought, and bring forgotten spaces to life. In Mexico, street art is more than paint on walls. It's a vibrant dialogue with the community. In many countries, the vitality of graffiti and street art is met with stern regulations or even criminalization. What thrives as a creative celebration in Mexico may be deemed vandalism elsewhere, leading to legal consequences and debates about the nature of public expression. Public demonstrations. The streets have long served as a canvas not only for artistic expression, but also for the voices of the people. Protests and demonstrations are woven into the fabric of Mexican society, a testament to the nation's commitment to the right of peaceful assembly. Here, under the watchful gaze of historic landmarks and vibrant murals, citizens exercise their constitutional freedom to raise their voices, express their concerns, and bring attention to pressing issues. In Mexico, this form of civic engagement is not just a right, it's a cherished tradition that symbolizes democracy. Citizens gather with banners and chants, a sea of passionate individuals collectively advocating for change. However, the story changes when you cross international borders. In many countries, the rules and consequences for public demonstrations can vary significantly. Some nations may require citizens to seek government permission or consult authorities before organizing protests, and violations of these regulations can result in legal consequences. Presence of UFO and aliens. UFOs and the possibility of extraterrestrial encounters have long been subjects of intrigue and speculation in Mexico and worldwide. With its vast skies and rich cultural tapestry, Mexico has become a focal point for UFO enthusiasts and researchers. While it's true that Mexico, like many countries, has reported numerous UFO sightings and encounters, it's important to note that these phenomena are often shrouded in mystery and continue to be subjects of investigation. The Mexican government, like others, has taken an interest in studying these events, and various organizations and researchers have dedicated themselves to unraveling the enigma of UFOs. And Mexico has shown an open arm to embrace this new reality, which might be too taboo in other countries. As we conclude our exploration of the unique aspects of Mexico, from the lively street art that adorns its urban landscapes to the passionate public demonstrations that echo through its historic squares, we invite you to reflect on the beauty of diversity in our global community. What aspects of Mexico's cultural richness have resonated with you the most? Which of these uniquely Mexican traditions would you like to experience firsthand, and how do they compare to customs in your corner of the world? What are your thoughts on the presence of UFOs and the possibility of extraterrestrial life? We invite you to share your experiences and perspectives in the comments below.